Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and we're going to talk about the ecosystem of Zilliqa, where it's at, where it's going. If you do like the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get right into it. Now, for those of you that are new to Zilliqa, I'd highly encourage you, jump on zilliqa.com/ecosystem, understand what they're doing, what they're up to, who they're collaborating with, how this ecosystem works, to get a really good understanding about this particular blockchain. Zilliqa is its own blockchain, and it has some incredible projects that are currently being built on it, like Unstoppable Domain and many, many others. And so it's really important to understand the ecosystem of a blockchain in order to make up your mind about where does it sit in your portfolio, how long do you want it to sit in your portfolio, and just in general, right? I mean, to give you that confidence when the market goes up, down. We saw a lot of people from mid-April onwards really question their portfolios, making some, fair to say, some very silly decisions were made throughout mid-April till now. I mean, the amount of people that I've seen on Twitter saying, oh, I'm back in now, should have never left. And the only way you're going to give yourself that confidence is if you do the research. That's why I say, do the research. Because when times are tough, your research will back you, right? That's really, really important. Now, we are trending. It is going really, really well, and I think the next moves are coming, and we're going to be moving towards 20 cents plus, and this is sort of roughly how we're going to go towards those targets and then beyond, and we'll go over that and how it's all going to be working and all that. Now, Zilliqa has a thriving ecosystem, and this is only the beginning. Every project mentioned is doing an amazing job innovating and growing, so I like what Sandra has posted on here about that. This is like a snapshot of the ecosystem, and then when I look at it further and we zoom in, look at that. I mean, like, that is, I like that a lot. That is very, very, very impressive from a system point of view. And look at around, all the NFTs, artists and athletes around that, and then all the projects, the infrastructures, and then the partners involved. So really, 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 really solid, right? So we're talking about a very serious, very good blockchain, thriving projects, and only beginning, right? Because there is so much more to come out of this. Now, I mentioned about the social media following and how well it's going. There'll be a lot more that I'll mention on this as well over the weekend. We'll make another one talking about it and how it actually will be performing over the years. Make sure you follow, hit the alarm bell, and 311,000 people, almost 312,000 people now follow Zilliqa on social media. Over the weekend, I will go over that ecosystem growth report as well, so we can discuss it and talk about what it actually means. And then there's also how to trade Zilliqa as well. So there's plenty of things that we're going to be talking about over the weekend as well. Now, I like this, right? So this is why Zilliqa and Zilliqa-based apps are the best. Look, if we look at the facts, did you know that an auction, an NFT on Ethereum-based OpenSea, the average cost of listing an auction is $120. On the Zilliqa platform with Sparta Wallet, it's $1. $1. I mean, that is incredible difference, right? And long term, it is really, really important to understand these kind of things and where it's all going to because something like this, you got to understand from a longevity point of view as the market grows, right? We don't have a lot of people in cryptocurrency right now. You might feel like everybody in cryptocurrency, but this is only scratching the surface, right? As we go into 2022, 2023, the masses are coming, right? So there's going to be so many people in. That price difference is going to be a huge difference as we move forward. That's why longevity-wise makes sense to hold it. Now, we'll take a few moments just to mention one of the channel sponsors, which is Crypto.com. We have an amazing partnership together. Huge fan of their ethics and how they go about things. And there's a very interesting announcement that they've made. But always make sure to hit the follow and alarm bell whenever you follow companies. But the reason why I'm excited about Crypto.com today is that the Crypto.com tax is now available for Australia. So simple and free crypto tax filing tailored to the Australian market, supports 21 wallets and exchanges, and it doesn't cost anything. I mean, how cool is that, right? So we know that obviously tax time is really, really important. Please, please, please make sure that you get professional advice. Make sure that you get the right person involved to do that for you. And please don't cut corners, because it will come back to bite you, as the government has said that they are going to be all over it. So you jump on tax.crypto.com, tax client landing, and it's free to use, so completely supports Australia, US and Canada. And you will go in there, you will add your wallet, and then you'll add your portfolio, and it will shoot out a tax report. Very straightforward UI, super simple to use. Does not, sign up today and get your crypto taxes prepared for free. I would prefer you to go through this than to try and wing it yourself and, try and cut corners. As an exchange, they are an amazing exchange. They have over 100 cryptocurrencies at true cost, over 10 million users, and not to mention as well from a price point of view, that true cost price, which we will cover off later in the month as well. It doesn't get any better from that as well. And there are incentives as well when you first join and you register, and you get some incentives around 0% fees on your credit card, debit or credit card, for the first 30 days as well. So really, really cool, and a fantastic initiative that they've done with the tax to help people. And please, as I've mentioned, time and time again, make sure you're doing the right thing when it comes to tax. Let's go into Tani. Let's have a look at some of the indicators. Okay, so as we begin to look at the charts today from a daily perspective, we can see that we're very close to the moving average 100. On an RSI point of view, we're sitting almost towards overbought, and then the MACD is sitting still bullish, but the gap isn't as big as it was. And that's obviously because when we look at the hourly, we went down, and now we're starting to come back up again. Now, this is what you got to pay attention to, right? Look at that 100 line, and it's been following it perfectly. Look at that, like it touched it 1, 2, 3 times, and now it's off again. And as we can see, the price is starting to move again. So it went into bearish, as we knew it would, right? Because it's got to come back inside the Bollinger Band. But I'm looking at that 100 moving average, and it's hit it perfectly, and it's bounced right off on all of them. And now we're looking at both signals into bullish. Now, when we look at the 4-hour, same case. We're sitting above, like we're looking over here from an indicator point of view, from a MACD, it's about to come back into bullish. It won't be too far away. When we look at the 12-hour, bullish. And then when we look, of course, back to the daily, bullish, almost touching the 100 moving average, and almost into the overbought from an RSI point of view. However, that is to be, that is of course to be considered. Reason being is because obviously, like I said, you gotta go down, then you gotta build back up, and now it's coming back, and it's gonna come back in a very, very big way. Let's have a look at some drawings and what they can teach us. Okay, so from a resistance point of view, we do have some strong resistance at 13 cents. There's going to be a window between 14 and about 12, 11.9 cents. That will be a very strong resistance level. Over there, we could see price drop a little bit then and then come back. That if that were to play out, then your next buy zone would be just under 10 cents. 9.50, somewhere around there. But be mindful that this may not necessarily take place, because as we know, we are building scenarios of what is likely to happen. But again, with this kind of play, we could just smash straight through this. But if we were to play out, then, you'd be looking out for those two windows. Ultimately, where we are now and where we're going, we've broken out of that particular cycle, and we went all the way to 11. And now we're sort of trending, we're sort of sitting at that 10 cents at the moment. So when we looked at this line previously, we're right here. And now we're going to break and go above that 12. So be on the lookout. 13 to 14 cents is where the next resistance is at. But from here, I think we're going straight towards that 13, 14 cents. When we get there, we'll see just how big the resistance level is, what it looks like, and also, where to next, right? I mean, we could smash straight through it, or we might dip a little bit when we get there and then come back and do it. But ultimately, as we look forward into the future, from a blockchain perspective, from an ecosystem perspective, from a longevity perspective, as a blockchain with the Ethereum bridge coming and everything, don't be surprised if you wake up in 2023 and you see $2 to $3 prices for wave 5 to finish. So it's going to be an incredible summer for Australia. an awesome winter in America and Europe, and I'm very, very excited about where Zilliqa is going, and and later on this this weekend I will bring an updated version of uncovering that growth report and how that correlates as well to these numbers. Now, if you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.